Hello guys, this is going to be a shorter video, just some kind of thought on IQ, EQ. If you know what EQ is, I read a book called Emotional Intelligence because I have an intelligent test ahead. It's like part of the psychological test for a correctional officer. So I was a little bit interested about this position, and really I think it's so stupid, the IQ test. I'm not I don't say really, even though I think it's stupid that people really think it's intelligent test. You know, we all probably know that the intelligence is not only one aspect. You know, in Africa they see intelligence like orientation, like who is the best in orientation from the tribe, he's considered the most intelligent, you know. And in Western, we probably consider intelligence as for cognitions and for math and logic. For sure, it's a part of intelligence, you know, I respect this, but I don't think, you know, especially for correctional officer, that's the best thing, you know, because you probably need like mental preparedness to be perhaps wise or have experience with people. But you know, there is like this, I have it in my pocket, I hope so, or probably I lost it, but it's like these number lines, and you have to add one more. It's like 2, 4, 8, 10. What is next? Of course 12, but it's of course more complicated than this, and I don't know why should I fucking do this when the emotional intelligence is just important as that, at least, you know, because the emotional intelligence says how you can actually cope with the intelligence, with the IQ, you know, with the logic. And it's actually incredible. Like, I study every day for the IQ test, and I realized I can get better. Obviously I can get better. Every day I'm better. You know, yeah, you just get along with these tasks they want from you to, you know. And the geometry, because I forgot everything from the elementary school. As I said in last video, I did study the music, so in high school as well, and there was no math subjects, they were just music, so now I'm kind of disadvantaged. But I really emphasize that IQ is stupid, you know, like the test, it's so stupid, it doesn't say much. And I'm not saying it because I would have like IQ 97 or whatever. I didn't done the actually test yet, so I don't know. I actually done some IQ test 4 years ago, and it was like a little bit above average. However, it makes me wonder, you know, like if people actually believe this is the indicator of intelligence, you know. Hello. So perhaps I will talk now, I will continue about the IQ, but I have to tell you, I postponed it, my IQ test, my psycho test, my psychological test to the correctional officer. I don't regret. I believe it was a good decision. I believe you need actually some time, so by any chance anybody see this, if you're not feeling it, postpone it, because there is so much things you can prepare. I actually recommend very much to listen to all of podcasts, all of advices by people, you know, about the correctional officer psychological test. There is not so much information as the police psychological test and physical test, etc. But I think I've heard it's very similar. Some people say it's easier, so I would finish it with that, you know, like focus on emotional intelligence. IQ is not everything, but even IQ you can get better, yeah, you can get better. And yeah, I've heard now in the morning that the astronomers, or the James Webb Telescope, it found these red dots in the universe, which are completely ancient. They are like from 13 billion years old, almost as the Big Bang, only like 400 million years after the Big Bang. You know, like, tell me more about the theories if you know, but I've heard it either is the very special galaxies, you know, like it's very small, pale red dot, and we don't know much, you know, and I don't know, at least several of them, and nobody really knows what it is, and I found it really, you know, wow, it's wow effect, you know. And I've seen the pictures. There are actually pictures of the pale red dots, or red dots, very small one. And they say, I've heard Anton Petrov, if you know the YouTuber, he's a scientist, he's really cool. Even though I don't really agree with his opinions in the UFO, you know, like, he's extremely conservative, but even so, I love him. He's excellent. And but I mean, you know, like, I understand he's professional, and I really applaud that. It's just, you know, like, I didn't really talk about it, but just imagine it takes like 90 billions. Just imagine, it takes 90 billions light years away to travel through our universe as we see it, you know. Can you imagine how big it is? No, nobody can, and I believe nobody from the fucking universe can. It's extremely long, and long. We don't know if it's long or short, or if it's thick or if it's round. We don't know the shape of the universe, you know. So if Anton Petrov believes, you know, the universe has some sort of aliens, he's for sure right, but I think he's more like he has this like kind of bizarre believing that it's not like this, you know. He believes everything only through the science, which I believe is not correct, you know. Like, you have to believe, because as I said in my last video or where about Aristarchus, he knew much things without having the proof, you know. I can believe in the aliens are existing. There can be millions of civilization out of Earth, and I don't have to have proof, you know. I just believe in it. I do believe in aliens, for sure, you know. Like, but can be that there are only really small amount of them, or let's say in the Milky Way. I actually follow very much Brian Cox, you know, and he's right that in Milky Way it's possibility that there is only like we are alone. Or I was actually talking with the bot that there is some possibility that we are like 30 civilization now in this moment, 30 civilizations in the Milky Way. This is actually what the bot thought when I was working with him. But I'm actually decreasing my using of ChatGPT, and I actually feel it's better. You know, I am writing about my notes about Sigmund Freud to my notebook, and I don't know, like, if the bot writes everything for you, I don't know, like, I actually don't have the dopamine increase, you know. Even though you're looking and you're kind of searching and studying from the Wikipedia, it's much better. I mean, like, you can control, you can check, but you know, it's freaking difficult. I don't want to read all the studies and publications from Sigmund Freud, because it would take years. And you know, like, don't get me wrong, I want to read all of them, but I need to move on very fast because I have the psychological applications to the university, to the masters, and I need to kind of learn all the psychology, all the social science, like sociology, philosophy, and so on. So I actually started to use more Wikipedia and other sources online, and I started to read a book, emotional intelligence, and also I read another book, like psychology for students. This is the best, really, it's the best. And I'll be honest with you, I love sitting in a library and read now. I don't know like what the fuck happened, but I just sit, drink coffee, drink kratom, eat something, eat raw steaks, and just study the fuck psychology. Oh man, it's amazing, spend time. And it's raining, it's beautiful atmosphere. It's now the 3rd of August 2025. In my life there is so many fucked up things I need to take care of, but this, it's never long enough. It really never happened that I would get bored here in the library, because I'm in the library of my school in the university. It's middle of the summer, and I'm sitting here, recording these videos out loud. It's obvious it's only for me now. Perhaps one day someone will see it, but I think this is one of the things that actually gets you better, And when I read this things Sigmund Freud figured out, like the super ego, etc. Like he figured out so much things we consider normal, But even though I would really recommend to read it and structurize it, because then you realize there is so much inside of you. You probably heard about conscious, preconscious, and unconscious. It's brilliant. It's really brilliant, because if you start to learn psychology, and I'm still telling you, I'm complete amateur. But it's like catching completely new air, It's like, you can suddenly breathe because you're realizing so many things. It's like completely new universe. It's like it's actually related to the astronomy, because maybe not for everybody, maybe some stupid teen bitch, like it's nothing against her, but they don't care about it. It's like astronomy, you realize we are nobody, probably. We are nobody. There is quadrillions of stars, systems as ours, probably, Like the universe is probably infinite, and we are just, sometimes I think that we are extremely ahead, but still in comparison we are still stuck in this earth, and that's, this limitation as fuck. And that makes me actually really frustrated. Just imagine the civilization, let's say us, in 300 years. Can you imagine what we will be new? Perhaps we will already have some people in another star system, not only in Mars. And we will know like not even a percentile more. I mean, like, probably we will know so much more. But if we want to actually realize everything, we would need to travel through the whole universe. And it's like already thinking like this, But actually thinking this way and realizing and confirming these things, I always sort of knew, but now I'm reading it, it makes me feel alive, and comfortable. So. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I start to work and it's shit. I'm employee, in the library in my city. And it's not like I'm working with books. I am like something like a cleaning lady there. But I worked in these professions, even though I have my profession. As I said, I was a musician, but now I switched to the field, but now I'm still in a field called student fuck. So it's nothing. So I have to do these part-time jobs, summer jobs, and I don't love it. Really, I hate it. And I'm not going to tell you it's all. I will tell you only the thing that it's terrible. Maybe if you have like 3 days in a week, it's alright. But I have 5 and it's shit. Now it's Sunday, it's 2 days after I stopped working. Tomorrow I have a shift from fucking 6:30 a.m., alright? And I'm used to wake up around 9, you know? I don't know if it's the musician life or if I'm an owl or if, well, I don't know. I don't care, you know? And I have to actually find a better job. I already have a problem with the people there, with my colleagues, you know. I'm coming from the communistic, old ex-communistic country, and some old people, you know, I cannot understand. You know, this is what I think actually, like the internet, the older people hate it because maybe, just maybe, they understand that internet is like, is the realization how fucked up the people are, you know, like maybe if you at least a little bit study through the internet or realizing there's millions and billions other people which are better than you know, and they are some kind of unconsciously supporting them, living like fucks, you know, like they have no clue how to live, how to be like a normal human being. There's so many people there have no clue how to be a normal human being, and I'm telling you, it has something to do with the fucking communism, because people had no clue, and I'm sick of it from my stomach. You know, I'm not this way. I'm not this way. I am respectful toward others. You know, this is like maybe number one thing. You know, I'm trying to be a good man. Now I'm going to the gym. You know, even though I'm after surgery, but you know, you have to work. You have to be disciplined. You have to try to be better always. Which is simply what they don't understand. They always are either Christian, you know, because this is, you know, I love Jesus Christ because it's easy, it's simple. Or I'm just extremely into the science, like Anton Petrov, nothing against him. Or they just simply choose one road, one way, you know. Or like nihilism, it doesn't matter, I'm lazy, fuck, let's go to pub, let's go to party. I don't love this. I think life is very complex and extremely difficult. And I think like this realization should be enough. And you have to still go to work, you have to still be disciplined, you have to realize things. And yeah, I mean, but it's of course the most difficult way, which I decided to go. I decided to go this way. I decided to go this way, and I'm proud, even though if it should end up in a bad way. You know, I can smell the air even here, even though if it's behind the glass. I love it. Yeah, so I guess this is enough for today. Cheers.